Welcome to Panfish Nation along with Mark. I'm Lyle. And
Wait a minute. You're Lyle. I'm Mark.
I am. We got to quit having these dockery jokes before the show goes live.
But it's so much fun.
It is. By the way, in case if you haven't, go to James Dockery Fishing and please subscribe. He needs it. We need trying to get him to 500. The link is at the bottom of your screen. Oh, it's at the top of the screen.
It's at the top.
At the top of the screen. Keep Kevin and his whole family in your thoughts and prayers.
Absolutely.
The link to the GoFundMe is at the bottom of the screen. Scrolling across for Pop. We're going to miss him a great deal, Mark, but sometimes things are a blessing, so we'll leave it at that.
Everything happens for a reason. Sometimes, unfortunately, we don't always agree with him. So
that's exactly right. 100% true. He's a heck of a guy. I thought the world of him as I did Kevin, and things will be fine. It's just going to take everybody some getting used to, and that's the way you have to deal with that. What do you say we check out some people in chat tonight?
I think so. We're already getting bacon emojis in chat. Did you see that go whizzing by? What have we started, Lyle?
I don't know.
All right, I'm going to start shouting people out here. I see we got 2 Stans fishing in the house. What's going on, Stan? 3+1 outdoors. I know my sister, a couple crosses fishing's listening or watching on a big screen. Hello, Betty. I want to say hello to Sister D. I want to say hello to Sister Katie, and I want to say hello to Miss Cindy Stokes. I want to get the ladies out of the way, definitely.
Yeah, keep them off your butt.
Keep from getting in trouble, man.
That's right.
I want to show my respect to them. We got Air Run in the house. I saw Air Run over and jigging with Jake's giveaway earlier. That was pretty cool. Congratulations to Jake. If you're listening or watching after the fact on your 5,000 subs, we appreciate you, bud. He was a guest on the show. We got Angler of the Ville. What's going on, Angler? We got Asleep at the Reel. Crappie fishing. What's going on? I love that name, Lyle. Brian B. Catfishing in the house. Bugman 22. What's up, Bugman? Catman Do Outdoors. Miss Chrissy Brown. What's up, sister? How you doing? I need to add her to that whole list of ladies that'll get me in trouble if I don't say hello to.
I think you're right.
I think so too. There's Cindy again. We got Crappie Day Fish on. Creole Catfishing. What's going on, Jeremy? How you doing, brother? Dale Hayslip in the house. There's Dan Thompson. David Martin, how you doing, David? Again, I'm going to say it again. David got that new boat. I got boat envy. He's getting it all rigged up right away. Good man, great. David. He isn't wasting any time. I see David Spade David Smith in the house. Forgive me, David. Dennis Graham crappie fishing. What's going on, Dennis? Thanks for coming in. I think that's new into the channel. We got Freddy's Outdoor Adventures. He's got the beard versus beard tournament coming up. Stay tuned to both Freddie's and Brian's chat. So
I can't do that.
Yeah, I wouldn't do that. I just got my face main game right in the last couple of weeks. It took me a while to grow it back after the last one. Get it ready for Christmas time. Speaking of Christmas, I'll bring that up when I'm done, Lyle.
Yeah, man.
Oh, there's D again. We got James Alba. What's going on, James? James Kirkpatrick. What's going on, James? Joe Buck 66. How you doing, Joe Buck? We got John Boy's Catfishing in the house. There's Justin's Fishing Fetish with the bacon emojis right off the bat. Kevin Baker, Nuts and Bolts Fishing. What's going on, Kevin? We got Lance McCougai. What's up, Lance? Lance is getting time. We got about a month, I'm guessing, under a month before we go out there and get on those bourbon up in Milwaukee. I hope we got to get in touch.
Ooh,
I see LG Bass in the house. What's up, LG Bass? Mark Anthony, how you doing, bud? There's the great Maurice Kaysen. We got Mike Irvin. Mike's Fishing Home. What's going on, Mike? We got Mo Creek Fishing. How you doing, Rob? Nina's Kayak Crew. Parker Pursuits. What's up, Parker? Patriots Catfishers of America. What's up, James? PD Fishing in the house. What's up, PD? How you doing? Philip Williams. There's Pontoon Jody. She has her live fishing after Panfish Nation. Make sure you check her out. We got Sean Abney in the house. There's SK's Crappie Catching Adventures. SK, I got your jigs, buddy, that I won on your show. Make sure you check him out late night, Thursdays, 9 p.m. He's always got jigs to give away, hand ties, plastics, all sorts of good stuff. If we can get 150 or more in there, I think he's going to give away a rod. So I'm hoping we can get that to happen for him.
That'd be cool, yeah.
Philip Williams. I did say little pontoon Jody. I think up there's Sunny Cat Nabber Parker. What's going on, Sunny? Tim Molina, how you doing? There's Frank over at Twisted Fishing TV and Whisker Dreams in the house. What's going on, Whisker Dreams? Let's see if I missed anybody. We'll scan through. There's Betty. She just finally popped in. Avid's in the house. What's up, Avid? There's Backlash Fisherman. I love that name. What's going on, Backlash? Catmandu Outdoors. They're still coming in, Lyle.
That's awesome, man. Glad to see it.
David Smith, I said hello. There's Jigging with Jake. What's going on, buddy? Congratulations again. I think I got everybody. I'm sure you'll holler them out if you notice somebody I missed, Lyle. But
did you get Philip Williams?
I did. I think I did. But if I didn't, hello again, Philip Williams. Philip
3+1 Outdoors. Hey, Sonny, how you doing? I think Sean Abney's in here. I think you got most all of them. But if not, and we see somebody new, we'll try to get you out. We're not trying to bypass anybody. It's just hard to get them all.
Look at this. I have control now. I can highlight the ones that I can. It looks like
the ones I miss.
I think Asleep at the Reel is associated with ACC crappie sticks, which I love, by the way. He's giving SK the business over there already in Chad. It's already starting. There's Chadwick. What's going on, buddy? How you doing?
The Chad.
Great
show tonight, Chad.
Absolutely.
Hey, guess what, Mark?
What?
You know, sometime back, Betty and I was talking, and I made her a bunch of jigs to choose from, to choose out the one. Yeah, Knight's hat. I got one just like it. Wore mine Monday night. And I made a bunch of jigs, and she picked out the one she liked, and she wanted to give some away. So what we're giving away tonight is the Tall Betty collection because she's so tall. You know what I mean? Yeah, I know you do.
I do.
We have a lot of fun with that. Betty's extremely short, but that's okay. And she chose the one that she wanted. And with any of this stuff, especially for panfish, they change throughout the year. So her collection will change as it goes along. But anyhow, we're going to give away. There are 20 in that box tonight. And Betty wanted to give away a box. So that's what we're going to do.
Courtesy of Betty?
Yep. So
that's awesome.
That's way cool. We'll be doing that towards the end of the show.
Betty says she's tall as the Eiffel Tower.
Okay.
That's pretty tall as far as I'm concerned.
There's Tara Blackburn, my favorite Blackburn.
I agree. You know, J-Dog was sending me pictures today that he had an app artistically render pictures of all of us. So did he send you any of those?
No, he didn't. Not that I see anyhow, but I don't get a lot of the stuff on the phone.
You know, that message that Chadwick wanted me, he wanted me to share this out. I don't know if that's such a good idea. What do you think, Lyle?
I don't know what it is, so no.
Okay.
No.
Did you see that, Chad?
After the comment I made about that on Friday, I can't say much.
That was too good not to put up there.
Oh, I got you, man. That's all good.
We're going to have to pull out maybe that one where Santa's spanking his elf meme from last year, too. We might have to show that one off next week.
Sonny says, the neck doctor said go fishing, but I haven't seen the hernia doctor yet, but I think I'm going Saturday. Sonny, don't do anything to tear that up. You're accident prone enough, my friend. But I'm glad that you're getting a good report and everything's going well for you. That's awesome news. We are really thrilled about Sonny getting better because he needs to get back to fishing. Hell, he ain't jumped out of a boat or fell out of one in quite some time now. Kick him out, Lyle.
Who said that?
Betty.
Oh.
Hey, Kim Burnett's in the house. Welcome, Kim. We're glad to have you in here. Catmandu Outdoors. Good to see you in here.
You know, Kim's got them. Wait. Careful when you're sharing. We know what this has done to you in the past, Lyle.
I know it has bit me a time or two. I'm not sure what it is.
You sure you don't want me to do that? Because I can do that.
I don't know what it is.
Oh no, that's the one that. Hold on a second. That's the one where I had that photo of yours. I was sharing my second monitor here.
I have one to share.
You do?
I do.
Here, let me remove mine so you don't share something of mine that you shouldn't hear on accident.
Okay, I'll share this one. That's a classic.
That's an oldie but a goodie. You can find that on the Catfish the Catfish Weekly page. Now, who wouldn't want to subscribe to James Dockery Fishing? Last time I checked, and by my counters count, we're at 369 subs. For those of you just joining the chat today, there's a couple of new names out there. James Dockery doesn't want people to subscribe to his fishing channel, so we want you to subscribe to his fishing channel.
We need to get him up there. We really do. He's worthy of it, whether he likes it or not, and he needs to be up there. So.
Let's see what else is going on in chat here.
Yeah, I wanted to talk a little bit tonight about how cold is too cold to go fishing. That doesn't pertain to you guys who live up north that ice fish.
Well, there's I wouldn't say too cold, but there's a time of year when the cold starts that's like dead up here. In between full ice fishing and prior to that. Like today, I had mentioned in the bait shop that we're starting to get some skim ice on some of the smaller, shallower ponds here. I saw it today. I couldn't believe my eyes. I mean, it's November 18th. It's probably just going to be for a couple of days, not enough to walk on or anything. But the problem is you get a 1/4 inch ice on there. You're not really getting any baits in the water.
Well,
until you can walk on it or not.
I've told this before, and I used to duck hunt a lot, and I had a boat that was specifically set up to duck hunt. It had 3 heaters in it. It had dog things on each end of it where you could work dogs off the end of it. It had blind that come up on it and it'd fold down, and it was extremely warm in there. My brother backed that boat in one day, and I didn't. And usually he just backed me in, and then he'd slam on the brakes and it'd shove you out in the water, and he'd just pull out. He done that one day, and there was ice come over the back of that boat about 1 inch thick, and it hit me in the back of the knees, right below the knees, took me down in the bottom of that boat and cut me all up. I had chest waders on and tore holes in them. So I haven't forgot that. So ice is something that I'm just not really interested in much. But for me, when it gets too cold to go fishing is when you can't put your boat on the water. There's too much ice because we have an enclosure, and now some of the zippers and stuff's getting bad on it. We're going to try to get that fixed this winter, but normally you can zip that baby up, and as long as you can motor around on the water, we can fish, and we've done it a lot of times. So
yeah, when we're bank fishing, especially this time of year, we'll have our little buddies with us, even if we're bank fishing, just enough to keep it near you, or each one of us will actually have one, and we'll have it like right down in front of our little camp chairs and keep our hands warm, and keep your legs warm and stuff. So my biggest problem when the weather gets really cold is my hands. Yeah, I have diabetes, probably too much information for the chat, but my circulation and my neuropathy, my hands is bad. So as soon as my hands are done, there's no thawing them. I got to get home. That's the problem. So I really have to pay them a lot of attention.
Yeah, my feet's like that. But we have Fraybill. Everybody, there's 100-mile-an-hour suits from Bass Pro and Cabela's Guide where we have Fraybill stuff, 2 sets of them. Mm-hmm. And I really like those because I get hot in too much of the clothing that you get. Not as much now as I did when I was younger, but I still get hot when everybody else is
cold.
It's cold, yeah.
Yeah.
And so I was reading Kim Burnett's thing. He said it's illegal to put salt on the ramps where he's at. I did not know that. Never heard of it.
And real quick, asleep at the reel. Lila's from Southwest Missouri, and I'm from Northern Illinois. Northeastern Illinois. And James was asking where the hat is from our very own Freddie. Freddie was kind enough to send me a hat. I appreciate it. He's got them for sale. Contact him.
Yeah, we Cindy says we fished many days being snowed on. I absolutely have, and it's cool and it's fun. If you can keep from getting unbearably cold, you can fish. I fished when you had to dip your rods in the water to thaw out the eyes because
Yep,
I had formed on them before many times, and that's okay. But there's just some things that what you have to do, in my opinion, is in your mind, you have to know what the safety factor is for you. If it's so cold your feet hurt or your hands hurt, then it's time to go home. If the ice is not thick enough, then don't get on it. If it's just you can't bust through it with your boat, then don't. Hey Kim, glad to see you in here tonight. I see
absolutely.
Eric Massey Jig Company has also joined us tonight. Eric said he had to crawl around on the boat because of ice. Yeah, I've done that. I've done that.
You know what? I've been catching Eric Massey like in the middle of the night on. I think when he gets home from work, he ties some
Yep.
jigs, fills some orders on
Mm-hmm.
TikTok. I think he had near, if not over, 500 people watching him on TikTok.
Oh wow.
A lot of people out there. So
There is, and they don't all sleep normal hours. Mark, have you fished Kankakee for flatheads? Says Frank, my guest that will be on Catfish Weekly Monday night.
awesome! I'll be happy to see it. We should have saved him for this show, Lyle, or we'll get him on here.
We'll get him on here.
Have I fished for the Kankakee yet? No, I fished the Rock River, and I have fished the Rock River, and obviously fished the Dis Plains. I'll fish the Dis Plains River for channel cats, the Fox for flathead. I fished the Rock for flathead, but not the Kankakee. I grew up fishing the Kankakee when I was a wee little boy. With my grandfather, but that was mostly for channel cats and carp and stuff. We were bottom fishing, so whatever we'd get. But that was like when I was really short, really little.
Yeah, that's some great advice right there. Shovel off the ramps before I've done that. We've salted them. We put um, ashes out of a wood stove on them to get out before, but you're exactly right, Stan. Don't do anything that you don't feel safe in doing. If you're uncomfortable with it, best to leave it alone. Here's another good one. When the cast net freezes to the deck, pour some lake water on it and keep throwing.
Here's another hint. I know you and I are always big proponents of braid line. We like to use it.
Yeah.
We do it in a winter. I don't use it in a winter. I'm using mono or fluorocarbon just because that even the Suffix 832, if it's got, I'm talking about ice fishing because I'm sub freezing temperatures when I'm out there, at least most of the time. But we don't want to tell you those other stories. That'll scare you, Lyle. We
Oh,
don't want to
I'm
do
sure.
that. But
Yeah.
it'll actually freeze up. Even the coated 832 will freeze up. It'll get water in there, retain water, and freeze up on you. You don't want that to happen. I do use a braid line on my tip ups, but that's because the line's always underwater when you're fishing. So
Hmm. Yeah, I don't know that much about it. I get an echo somewhere.
it could be me. How about that?
How about that? I don't know if that was it or not. Nope, I still got it. There's Lizabella Kirkpatrick Thomas. Welcome to chat. Sonny says always let your trailer drain before you pull it up the ramp all the way and tilt your motor down so all the water will run out of it.
Absolutely. You wanna sit there for a while. You don't want well, I wouldn't drive with it down, but I would definitely sit for a while you're getting the boat all packed up and ready to go, at least, if not longer. So,
Yeah, I see guys all the time. They'll pull their boat up and they'll start that motor right quick just to blow all the water out of it. And I'm not sure that's a good idea. I don't like starting them up when they're not in the water. Um, I'm just scared to death of tearing a water pump up. And it's not that they're that hard to put in or they cost that much to put in. Just why would you do it? I'll just say it don't take a minute for all that water to drain out. Oh, Betty likes the background.
oh, that's a cool background, Lyle. Where'd you get that?
I got that from you, and for those of you that are on the line about images that come from underwater cameras. Mark, why don't you tell them about this?
I got what is it? I got a Markham that I picked up last year on an end of the year sale. There, I happened to come across one. They're usually sold out at the beginning of the year, and I happened to find one on a really good price. So what is it? The Markham HD 5, I think it's called.
I don't know. It takes really good images, and Parker, that's not funny.
Little thing, but it takes good underwater shots.
It does. I've got a couple of them, and I thought I would use this one tonight. You were so gracious to let me borrow it, and it is gorgeous. I really like it. Parker, you should have saved that for a Dockery joke. Mike's Home Fishing, welcome.
What's going on, Mike?
Jay's Catfishing, welcome.
SK's Crappie Catching Adventure says, as long as my truck doesn't slide down the ramp, I'm going fishing. I don't.
There you
doubt
go.
that.
I'm guessing now. I don't know for sure, but I'm guessing SK probably doesn't have a lot of issues with ice down there in Houston.
Every now and then.
Yeah, I'm sure they do. Don't drain the water all over the ramp because it could freeze for the next person to try to get off.
That's true.
That's very true. Great advice. Usually you can pull up and let the water drain right there at where the water meets the thing, and that'll help a great deal. But then you always got some guy at the top of the ramp screaming, hurry up, my turn, I need to get in there, gotta go. Dockery gets the other sock. Thanks, Rob. You're so nice. I just wanted to touch on that a little bit, Mark. I know we got a bunch of other stuff that we can go over tonight, but
well, I mean, it's important. You don't want people to lose fingers to frostbite. Hint, hint. Somebody out in the chat. You know, toes and fingers, they come off pretty easy once they're frozen through. That's a big problem. Keep your feet and your hands cold and your core cold and the top of your, like your mom says, most of your heat. I wonder if that's an urban myth. I read somewhere that it might be. Most heat escapes from your head or whatever, but it don't hurt to have a nice hat.
No.
Keep warm, dress in layers.
I think the catfish and crappie beanies are probably a good way to retain that heat in. And it is. You take that hat off and you can watch the steam come off of it if it's all cold.
They're pretty warm, I have to admit.
They are. Creole says an icy ramp is rare, but it happens. That's when the gravel ramp comes in handy. I'm guessing that Creole don't see too many ice storms down his way either. Hey, Kevin, we are so glad to see you in chat tonight. Prayers with you and your family. If there's anything we can do, please let us know.
Absolutely, Kevin.
Fish Smack, somebody could post you in here.
Maybe we can have somebody post a link to the GoFundMe to try and help and raise a little money for the family, and
that'd be awesome. Yeah,
help them with burial expenses and such. So,
yep. Here, I think I can put it back down on the bottom, like right there.
That'll work. Yeah. It'll be hard to read that on there, but we'll get somebody to post
it. It is. That's why I took it off, but somebody can post a link up. That'd be great. Saw a guy pull his boat out of the water and his running board's ice over, and the boat came off the trailer onto the ramp. Oh, wow.
Ouch.
What was it? Go ahead.
The bunks he's talking about, I guess, right?
Yeah, probably. Was it Winter Blues on Wheeler a few years ago? Cindy and I was down there. John Nordyke had a new boat. We pulled his boat down there with my truck. He had just put a new enclosure on it, and, man, it was below zero. We left our house, and it was 8 below. When we got there, it was 6 degrees. And the next day we go to put the boat in the water, and everybody's trolling motors was froze up or froze down. They was trying to get off the water. It was early in the morning. I told John, we unload this boat, and everybody's boat was froze. Their trailer, you have to back it in the water and let it fall out off there and get it off. I said, we're loading back up, going back to cabin because I ain't gonna tear up a bunch of stuff on your boat. But the next morning we went out and it was really, really cold that morning too. And we went by some people funning them, and took my shirt off. It was so warm in that enclosure. His had so much clear plastic on. It was a bright, sunshiny day. We had to turn the heater off. It was so hot in there. It was unbelievable.
It's surprising how warm something will stay when you got heat added to it.
Them enclosures, if they got a lot of plastic, they will stay warm. There you go, Mark. Thanks for posting that.
We got Betty posted it first. I just added.
Okay.
I just reposted and copied it so I'd have it. So
that's awesome. Frank says layers. Number 1, to stay warm, wear thick socks and loose boots. Tight boots restrict blood flow, and it will make your feet cold. That is a fact.
I don't wear socks in my boots. I wear Baffins, but they're good down 140 degrees below zero.
Let me fix that, Sonny.
Or 40 degrees below zero. There's some crazy Arctic boots, so I don't even wear socks in them, and they stay warm as heck.
Let me fix that.
You can also pin that link to Pops once you do that to the top rather than the James Dockery one. We can post that one manually. So
do what now? You lost me.
Creole Catfishing just posted the GoFundMe for Bud McGill's, aka Pops. You could put that one at the top too while we're here. Might as well have it at the top. I just removed mine. There we go.
Okay, I'm not sure where you going. Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll get that figured out. There's Brad Caudill. What's going on, Brad? Let's see what's going on in chat while you're doing that. Sonny's looking for a wrench there.
Figure out what you want me to do.
Hey, everyone. Can't chat, but listening, driving to KC for CatCon. Have fun over there, Fishing Freedom. Hopefully you'll get a whole truckload of stuff to bring home with you. It's always nice to have gear to come back, especially around this time of year.
Yes, your heater does, Sonny. It works really well. I don't see what you're talking about. I don't see the post you're trying to find.
That's Whiskers and Stripes says, yep, once the sun hits the enclosure, the heat usually has to go.
That is
absolutely. Fact. But it sure helps at night, though. Let me tell you.
Yeah.
It gets brutally cold as soon as that sun goes down, and it does go down a heck of a lot earlier this time of year, too.
You know what, Mark? I don't think I've ever fished at night in the wintertime, and I'm probably not ever going to.
I bank fish at night, so. Parker Pursuits, it looks like he swears by the Arctic muck boots.
Might try to do some jigs. That's a great idea, Brad. Whoop. I never did figure out what you was talking about with Creole stuff.
That's okay. We'll post it in there. I got it in my memory. So.
All right.
Might try doing some jigs. There you go.
That's
jigs
right.
Are fun. Tying jigs is fun. We should have a jig night again. We were going to have the gang all here. Maybe I'll just MC because all you guys that are good at it can do it. And
I like, either way, I can do that, and you guys can tie it. It doesn't make any difference to me. I know Kim Burnett would like to do it, and Eric Massey said he would jump in if he's not tied up at work, which we don't know if he will be or not. I wonder how much trouble we're going to be after the show for me playing the Christmas song.
Actually, that version that I made in that video is royalty free, so you should be fine.
No, I mean with Dockery.
Oh, I see some messages waiting for us, so we'll see what happens. There's Jeremy Colvin Fishing. Welcome, bud.
Kevin says him and his brother are planning on keeping Pop's cooking channel going. We found a book of his recipes today, and we'll be using them to continue his legacy. Kevin, that's a great idea.
I can't think of a better way to honor your dad than doing that.
I can't either. That's awesome. Kim Burnett says, let's go. He's ready to twist some, wind some thread. Betty says, that's amazing, Kevin. She can't wait. I never heard of cat head biscuits before he's talked about them on there. I like to fell out of my chair. I was laughing so hard watching him that day. It was so funny. It just was. I mean, you kind of had to know Bud to understand because he was a hoot. All right, what else we got to go over tonight, Mark?
Well, I see that Whisker Dream says my wife ordered a pair of caribou boots from Alaska.
Cool.
Now that would be pretty cool to have a set of uh, caribou.
Yeah,
And
man.
then Papa Ed says those chemical heat packets are toe and finger savers. They absolutely are. Our buddy James Dockery, who's everybody's going to subscribe to, showed us a USB one that he says he uses. So I was kind of interested in checking one of those out this year.
Yeah,
They're rechargeable.
that's pretty cool. I think that the person that needs to know about the chemical packs for their toes and fingers is Rob and Jerry. They probably need some of those. I remember a time when they should have had them.
I think so. Last year was kind of brutal on them two guys.
It was, but man, they caught a lot of fish. None of the bait shops have good ones, so all small.
Betty says, place a regular pair of socks on, put a toe warmers on top of your foot where your veins are to warm the blood. Wool socks over that and Arctic weather boots. Same with hand warmers. Same with hands. Warm the blood. And there's
There you
advice
go.
from a nurse.
And she should know. Here's a good one. Kim Burnett says, I have a USB and they are nice. Hey, Texas Tiger, how you doing? Frank loves them hand warmers. Buddy, heaters are well worth the money in a big propane tank. I agree. We have one of those with dual burners, and then I have a big one with big gigantic dual burners on it that hooks onto a 30-pound tank. But we also have the adapter for the little buddy heater to adapt it to a 30-pound tank because screw them little bottles. They cost too much and you always run out. They're in most wrong time that they possibly could. And just, for very few dollars, you can buy that rubber hose and hook it up to a 30-pound bottle and it'll last a long time.
I don't know, 20-pound, even a 20-pound tank and a sled's a lot to haul out onto the lake.
Yeah, I'm talking about hauling in my boat.
On your boat, that's a little different. Because
Sonny Parker's got
I love them little propane tanks. I got refillable ones, and they're a lifesaver. I mean, I can get three pounds of propane versus your 30, and I got enough for all day and night. So
yeah, Sonny Parker has got a heater head that fits on one of those, and it's a great big old round thing, and it sticks out about this far.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know where he got it or what it really does, but him and Cindy and I fished a tournament up by Kansas City. I wasn't with Kansas City. It was between here and there. And it was so cold that the windshield on our boat was frosted so bad. We had his heater and my heater both going. We turned that baby on his, and you just almost watch the ice start disappearing.
A lot of humidity in there, huh?
Oh, dude. But it's a huge heater, puts out a ton of heat. Man, we had a good time, Dave. We didn't do worth a damn in a tournament, but we sure had a lot of fun. Sonny's a great guy to fish with, and if anybody ever gets a chance to get in a boat with him, he'll teach you a few things, and you'll have a great time. Avid says, Mark, I'm going to run with the idea you gave me about the Channel Cat tournament.
I saw that. Good deal. Enjoy. Good luck with that.
Here's another good one, Mark. Betty says, kidneys too. You'll be shocked if you put this warmer on your lower back, never directly on your skin, though. I've always heard that you need to keep your kidneys warm. Never understood why, but
I think it's mostly your core that helps you. They sell those heating pads with the sticky stuff on them. You can stick to your clothes.
quit. You're too needy.
I know people who put them right on their skin too. They don't have a problem, but I could see how you could.
Yeah. Kevin says, just a note before I have to go, we are having a memorial service on Saturday between 4 and 7 Eastern. I'm planning on going live that night so you all can attend if you are able. That sounds like a great deal, Kevin, and I will make sure that we are available to be there.
I would be
Thanks
honored.
for sharing that with us. That's awesome. Justin says he'll be watching. That's a new idea that I haven't heard, but I think that'll be a lot of good memories there. Papa Ed says make sure you use a propane filter on the heat buddies. I
That's a
ruined one heater using a grill Tranix.
that's a good point, Papa. The older hoses that you buy, the extension hoses that you can hook up a 20 or a 30-pound tank to, they're
Mhm.
not built to run propane through without a filter. There is a newer hose. Read carefully on the website when you go to order it that you can run it without the filter. But if you have one of the older hoses, you need to have one of those inline filters in place. It's a little steel canister about yay big that goes between one area or the other. It doesn't matter which end, but that'll keep that hose from disintegrating like a fuel line does. But the new hoses are made out of stuff that you can actually run without a filter. So
Yeah. David Martin says, I have a heated jacket and pants. They work really good. About 4 hours heat, carry 2 batteries. I've seen those. I never have had one or been able to try them, but they say they work really well. A bunny belt works good to put heat packs in. Well, that's what I'd have to put in mine because I don't have no money. I don't have any money to put in mine anyways. I should have read his whole comment, I guess. Sonny, you're a funny man.
you know what I find in my ice fishing gear? I have too many pockets. And I'll put heat warmers in each set of those pockets. I'll have like 2 sets of hand warmers on each side of me.
I've never used them.
No, they work
Never
pretty
used
well.
them. Yeah. I always worked out. Well, when we duck hunted and it was cold and you break ice, I would sit there and we'd have a heater in the blind. But I never did have hand warmers, deer hunting or anything else. Never did need them. Always had good gloves though. It's called a pressure regulator. I'm not sure we're talking about the same thing, but we
I
might.
think he's talking about the hose, but it's actually a filter, Whisker Dreams. I know what you mean by a pressure regulator. There's actually a filter you have to buy because there's an additive in propane that disintegrates that hose.
For the old ones.
Yeah, for the old
Yeah,
hose.
right. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been through that a couple of years back. I went through all of that with bad hoses.
Sandwich pockets.
That's right too. Keep a sandwich.
I got a sandwich pocket. It's going to have a bacon sandwich in it.
That's another thing. I got a heater, buddy. I have the 30,000 BTU one that looks like one of those heads you put on top of a propane tank, like you're talking about,
Yeah.
except it comes with a little stand. And the neat thing about this and the dangerous thing about this is there's no tip over protection. So what you can do is you can turn it over so the head of the heater is pointed up, and you could actually fry bacon on that thing. It gets so hot with a frying pan.
That kind of bacon?
That kind of bacon, exactly.
Sonny said he bought a pair of Volt battery packed gloves, and they are dang good. Creel says we would use a Cajun duck blind heater, large coffee can with a roll of toilet paper in it, filled with rubbing alcohol, light and enjoy.
That'll work.
I haven't seen them in a long time. Long time. Here we go.
Catman do outdoors. Hello, ugly dog lures. Hello, how you doing? There's Brian B. Someone said bacon. Here he comes.
That's right. Patriot James says thermal wrap for your back. I use 2, one for each kidney.
And we see Chad is back to his normal self.
I learned to catch fish. All the activities keep you warm. So I've heard from people that catch fish. I was getting ready to say, You had to ask D, didn't you? Joe Buck 66 says hot hand warmers was made in my hometown of Dalton, Georgia at one time. Not sure if they still are there. Papa Ed says wife just got us heated vest. That sounds cool.
Yeah, I've been looking for a set of those, but I already have enough layers on. I'm usually pretty warm. As long as I can keep my hands and my feet warm, I'm good to go. My feet
Yeah,
I got covered. My feet I got covered because I'm not fishing with my heat. It's kind of hard to fish with gloves on. I've tried the fingerless gloves and stuff. They don't help me. So
no, I can't do that either.
I try to keep them dry. I mean, when I go perch fishing down on Navy Pier in the winter, I'll use shrimp if I have to, just to keep from dipping my hands in a bucket of minnows. I'm going to try and get one of those cool minnow buckets like Justin has that spits out a minnow one at a time. So maybe
that is cool.
We'll be able to get one of those this year.
That is cool. We've touched on this a time or two, but I can't remember the Navy Pier you talk about. That's a cool sounded place that if I ever get up your way, I want to go check that out.
It's right in smack dab in the middle of this. It's like as downtown as it gets, Lyle.
I probably don't want to go there.
It's literally 2 blocks away from the Magic Mile, right on the lakefront there. 3 blocks.
I probably got no business down there.
Yeah, well, you get a limit of perch. If we get 4 limits of perch while we're out there, you'll be happy.
Yeah, that'd probably do it all right. I'm really excited about them perch.
But it's pretty cool. It's quite the event down there. I mean, I've seen people down there like from the Guggen Squad out on the lake. I see Violet out there a lot. That's actually where she got a lot of her start by fishing that pier and doing the video from there. Eric Hotcha, if you guys know who he is, I see him out there quite a bit, and a whole bunch of people.
Sonny's wife must not be listening or watching with him. He says, if my wife goes, I don't need heaters. She has a lot of hot air.
Guys like to live dangerously in the catfish family, don't you?
They do. Freddie says, I eat a lot of baked beans and bacon the night before. Then the next morning, if I need heat, well, I let off a little air.
Wow.
He probably used balls deep tackle.
Speaking of balls deep tackle, next Thursday we're going to have the Black Friday event. The Black Friday event over on the bait shop. Maybe we can get something planned here on, or maybe we can just. I got an idea. We'll talk after the show.
Okay. Yeah, I know. I had a great time with their last year's Thanksgiving show. I'm not sure Chad can say that, but I had a great time with that show. It was outstanding. Yeah, man, we went over a lot of stuff.
DX Tiger says melted Crisco poured in a coffee can with a candle placed in the center, a clay flower pot on top, a small space warmer. That is pretty cool.
They tell me that clay pots will hold the heat for a long, long time.
Yep. You can get a couple hours out of a couple of tea lights in a room without any wind if you got it covered up right and vented correctly. So
Sonny says Dockery is full of hot air and is short, so he could be a heater. David Smith says, remind everyone not to fish with Freddie this winter.
Sorry, Nina.
Well, if it's got to be one of us, I'm glad it's Nina and not me. You scared him. Oh, man. Hey, Steve Mosley, how you doing? Here's an intelligent question. Maybe we should go to this.
Mark Anthony, any catfish and crappie hats available? I am working my tail off. Almost done with the website. I think I might have gotten a hold of some blank hats to order, so I'm working on it feverishly, guys. I apologize. I should have just ordered from another company right off the bat. To be honest with you guys, I was trying to save on the digitization fees and a couple of things. Because if I don't. there's it's just the way it is. So I'm trying to make it so it's good for everybody. I don't have to sell them for way more than I need to. So
There's Jeremy's Tournament Cat says, made
hey,
it in.
what's going
Glad
on,
to see
Jeremy?
you. Nina says that's why he's alone most of the time. Justin's Fishing Fetish says, I need a head of my own, Mark. He must be
I
sharing
know.
one with Gabby. That's
Justin
funny.
is the very first hat to leave the house.
Really? Oh, okay.
Yes, he does.
Sonny says he has a catfish and crappie stocking cap, very warm. Yeah, I can't hardly wear mine. Cindy wears hers all the time. Mine's in the
You
on the
come up
top.
here, you'll wear it just fine, Lyle.
I'm sure you're right. I'm sure you're right. It gets a lot colder up there than I get, and I get plenty cold enough. Betty says, catfish and crappie merch coming soon. Keep your eyes open, especially on YouTube channel and Facebook group. Info will be posted there.
Thank you, Betty.
She takes care of me, don't she?
She takes care of all of us. She's great to have
really
around.
does.
Her and Dee and Cindy and Katie.
Yep, they all do.
So.
We couldn't make it without any of them.
Justin says Gabby won't let me wear it. That's probably why it's in still such good shape.
Justin, I got something to tell you. Having a daughter is like being married to two women.
We're not going to go there, Lyle.
It's a fact. It just is.
So you had mentioned you had a Freybill ice suit, right? Our Freybill.
I do. We have two of them. We have the black ones and the silver ones, the older ones.
I have the silver ones. I like it. It isn't too bad. It isn't too bad. Me and Betty is looking for top of the line cold weather and rain gear. So obviously we were talking Striker, but they're another company that's having a hard time. They're taking pre-orders to deliver sometime in January.
Yeah, it's almost over by then.
I know, pretty much.
What happened to us was both times, if I remember, and Cindy can correct me if I'm wrong, and she will. The first time we bought those, they was on a clearance, and they had the sizes that we want, and we bought them way down the line. And I think that's what happened the second time. They was clearancing them out, and I'm assuming that's when they went from the gray to the black or the black to whatever. I don't know that for sure, but I'm pretty sure both times we got them on a clearance deal, and it probably was the summertime. But I really like them, and the reason I like them, they're not as stiff as like the guide wear stuff and the 100-mile-an-hour suits from Bass Pro. Those are so damn stiff that I can't bend around in them. But the Freybill stuff's not nearly as stiff.
You know what? I don't think Freybill makes the suits anymore, so
they probably don't.
They don't.
That's too bad because they are really good stuff.
What are your choices? You got Striker, you got Eskimo, and you got the Cabela / Bass Pro. It's called Guidewear, right? The 100-mile-an-hour.
The Guidewear stuff is the Cabela's brand, and the 100-mile-an-hour suits are the Bass Pro.
Bass Pro. They're I'm guessing they're the same.
No, they was different before they was merged. So I don't know about now, but they was different then. But those 100-mile-an-hour suits, I know a lot of guys got those and they swear by them. And I know guys that's got the guide wear stuff that they swear by them too. So I don't think you could go wrong with any of the ones we've talked about. And none of them are going to be cheap. Just so you know, they're going to cost you some money, but probably money well spent if you do much in the outdoors in the wintertime.
Mm-hmm. Sonny says, I believe he says Striker is what he's talking about. Striker has a climate control suit that is perfect. Yeah, those Striker ones are nice, but I think we were looking at the newest one for a few reasons, the top of the line one. I think they just wanted to buy it and be done with it. So
Sonny has a Striker suit, he said.
Yeah, the Strikers are nice. They're really nice.
Cool.
I bought my Freybill on clearance at the end of the year, like you were saying. So
Yeah, that's a deal's only a deal if it's a deal. You know,
Mm-hmm.
a pair of neoprene chest waders will keep you warm and are waterproof, obviously. Plus, you keep your rear end from getting wet when you sit.
Creel, he just wants a
Words of
video.
wisdom.
He wants a video of me climbing in and out of some neoprene waders. That's not going to happen, buddy. Be
Check
rolling on my
this
back like
out.
a turtle.
$1,800
Oh
for
yeah,
two
they don't
sets
mess
of them
around.
strikers. No,
The top end, the top of the line ones, yeah,
no, I don't think I need them that bad.
yeah, they
In
float,
fact, I'm
Lyle.
sure I don't.
Lyle, they float.
Well, I'm not going to be in the water anyhow, so it doesn't matter. You have to throw me in, or the ice break through, which I'm not going to be in the ice, so it don't matter. I was on the wrong page here.
Chad had mentioned bigcamo.com.
I was trying to get to that. If you're not skinny, like most people here, I also look at places like bigcamo.com. Never heard of them, but I am not skinny, so maybe I should check them out.
See, Frank uses those neoprene waders for steelhead fishing, so he's in the water. I'm guessing.
Oh yeah, he's Frank Fish. Unless he's changed, he fishes a lot of small rivers and creeks over where he lives.
I guess
Refrigerator.
you'll find out on Monday, I guess, right?
Yeah, we're gonna talk to him Monday and find out all that stuff. Great, where Eddie's ice cream.
Eating ice cream. There you go.
That's right. Hello, fishing chick. Glad to see you in here tonight. Just boarded a plane to head to CatCon. Enjoy.
Hope you get lots of gear.
If you take care of them, they last you the rest of your life. I'm still fairly young. God willing, I could get my 1,800 worth out of those suits. I'm contemplating. $1,800. That's a lot of do re mi. Justin says he can stand 42-degree water for 6 hours straight in his waders.
You go right ahead.
Yeah, I used to could do it, but I can't anymore. There's no way. The Ohio is the closest big river. It's about 200 miles away. Yeah, I thought that was correct. I was pretty sure that was right.
I'm gonna also say hello to Fishing Chick. She's waving at me in the chat. I want to make sure I don't ignore her. How you doing?
Absolutely, absolutely. All right, Sonny. Have a great evening.
Good night,
Glad
bud.
you joined us tonight. I feel that way often, David. I missed something. David Martin says he feels fat shamed. When Mark buys me a Hughes craft, I will have an enclosure.
As soon as I win that lotto, we're good. We're gonna get the big Hughes Craft, Betty, for you and I. We're gonna get the one with the kitchen in it, so you can cook me food.
Yeah, J. Fox Hunter.
How deep is the water underneath? It depends where I'm going. Usually in the winter, I'm fishing basins, so probably the couple of spots I fish in anywhere between 15 to 30 feet deep. But I'm usually out there when it's four inches thick is when I start fishing on the ice.
Man, that just don't sound thick enough to me.
Which is 3 whacks with a nice spud. You can get 3 whacks in there. That early ice is the best. It's so nice and clear, and when it's clear, the ice is clear. It's the strongest, Lyle. Just so you know.
I'm sure you're right about that. Yeah, I'm sure you're right about that. I just, yeah, I think I'll have to pass on that. Although, you know how I feel about our old buddy James Dockery. I think the world of James, but he has made some convincing comments to me about going ice fishing with him. But there's a difference between his little old skinny narrow tail going out on 4 inch of ice and my big round ass going out there. You know what I mean? He might make it, I might not.
I've seen some pretty big guys out on the ice. You'll
4 inches of it?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. Me and about 6 other guys all huddled up in one big old thing, all fishing inside of one of them hubs.
Yeah, with a heater?
With a heater going, with 2 heaters going, and the water pooling up underneath us. Yeah, it's usually all right.
Those ice huts, are they about like a ground blind?
Not mine. Mine's insulated. It's actually like having a quilted blanket wrapped around you with insulation and usually silver on the inside or black, depending on the type of fishing that you do or the hub or the flip over you get. You want to be able to see in the hole, so a lot of times they'll be nice and black. The darker you got it in there, the better. But they'll stay warm. I'll fish in a t-shirt in 20-degree weather inside of one of them, easy, with the heater going. T-shirt and bibs, it's usually good.
That would be too bad, but you got to get to that spot first. And I ain't never going to do like Luke Hinges and Jacob and them guys drive their new truck out on the ice and then drill a hole in it.
That's way up there.
I ain't never going to ever do that. I ain't going to get in a truck with them clowns in the winter.
Speaking of Luke Hinges, he's going to be on my show Monday night, Lyle.
Luke, I know I'm so excited for you. Luke's a great guest.
I am
he's
too.
A super nice guy, and he's full of knowledge, and you guys will have a blast.
I'm good. I'm looking forward to talking to him. We talked a little bit via Messenger and stuff, and he definitely seems like a good dude. I can't wait to talk to him.
Oh, you'll have a blast. Chad, I'm big enough. Lisa says the flight attendant is closing the cabinet door. Have a great evening.
Have a great evening. Fish
Absolutely. Frank says I'm too old that early and late ice, 5 inches plus for me these days. I'm thinking 6 or 8 for me, but what do I know?
5 inches, I'm chasing tip ups. I don't run. Trust me, I don't run, Lyle.
I ain't running nowhere.
Yeah, the guys I ice fish with, they're out on 4, and they always get me out on there early.
Yeah. Thanks for joining us tonight, James. We're glad to have you in here.
Absolutely.
Mark, there's a man after my heart. Nope,
no,
not
happening. I'll tell you what, David, we're going to get you and Lyle in an airboat up by Green Bay. They actually, if the ice breaks, you're in a boat. Nothing's going to happen. You fish right off the side of it. You'll be fine.
That'd be okay.
Or an Argo. There you go.
Doc and I used to talk about that all the time. You could put my boat out there on the ice, and then if it falls through, we'll be safe. And I'm okay with that. Doc said he'd go in. He'd sit in there with me. But then he knew that I had an enclosure too and a heater. Oh, man. Only ice fishing I'll ever do is at the bottom of the cooler for a brew. Creole, you're a man after my own heart. That's for sure.
In the summer, we're going to have a How to Keep Cool episode, I think.
Yeah.
And we'll have him as a guest because I don't know how he does it down there.
I don't either.
That statement could have explained a lot right there, though.
It could have, yeah. I'm thinking that probably did. I can't. Winter used to be my favorite time of year. It really did. I couldn't wait for winter every year to do the stuff that I wanted to do. And now I don't like winter. I'm too old to enjoy it. And but I still don't like the hot weather either. I just don't care.
I felt that way up until today when I'm not gonna lie. When I saw that little bit of ice starting to form on the ponds, I started to get a little bit excited, especially after getting that video and those pictures with that underwater camera off that dock, that super secret dock where all those fish are. I was getting kind of excited.
Fish?
So yeah, those fish they're behind you.
Dude, that's a beautiful image. Now, those images and the video that you posted, come from me underneath the dock up there by you on a little lake, correct?
On a quarry.
On a quarry lake.
Yeah, crystal clear. There's big walleye in there at night, but they close at night. That's the problem. And there's no live bait fishing in there.
And
they're
it's all
pretty
catch
heavy.
and release.
It's all catch and release. They're pretty heavily pressured too. So they've seen everything. I was out there for an hour and a half, and that reminded me about how bad my hands are in the winter. Got the video in about 45 minutes, fished for like a half hour, and walked my butt back to the truck, and I was pretty much done. But I threw a bunch of stuff at them. My hands kind of froze up a little bit. It was hard to tie those little tiny jigs on, but I did manage to get 2 out from the underneath the dock. There was some crappie on the opposite side. It was kind of funny, Lyle. There was all bluegill on the one side and all crappie on the other side.
That is weird how that works out, but hey.
Yep. That's just how it was, I guess. It was the strangest thing I've seen.
Birds of a feather, they hang together.
So.
That's way cool. It really is. But we
got Coco behind me moving furniture over here.
Oh, wow. I see something jiggling around.
Yeah, I mean, she's feeling right. Dan Thompson, he says, there was an old boy here that would take 3 sheets of 4x8 plywood with him and slide them out on the ice and work himself way out into the lake. It depends if late ice, I know people probably who have done that. Would I do it? I don't know. Plywood's awfully expensive these days, Lyle.
Ooh, yeah. I still can't get over the fact that all this stuff's got so high. I feel like I know the reason why, but it is what it is at this point. 100 degrees with 90% humidity. Yeah, that's no fun either.
No.
No fun either. But Creel, he's used to it. He grew up in it, so he can handle it. Me, not so much. Not so much. You know what? Betty wanted to give away her Tall Betty collection of jigs. Let me see if I can do this without dumping them, Mark. They're kind of stuck in there.
Can I enter?
You can.
I'm not going to enter.
Now,
I'm going to let the people in chat wait.
When you see a void like this here, that's because I'm using a green screen and it's green. That's actually chartreuse colors. But those are a few of the ones that Betty picked out. And like I say, these change. People's favorites on colors and stuff changes because the fish change throughout the year what they bite on. So they won't always be the same. But these are the ones that picked out for her tonight. She really likes these. And you can't see them, so I ain't going to show them to you. But they're chartreuse head and tail with a white and black body and an orange underbelly. I like them too.
I like them too.
Yeah, they're pretty cool. We're going to give them away. Come in a nice little neat box right here, Tall Betty collection. So
Freddie was saying he fished when he iced fish when he was stationed out in Maine. He says 4 inches is plenty thick. I agree, Freddie.
not
Lyle won't, but just looking through some of the comments. If you want to get that. Oh, and that fire perch she likes.
Yes, she does. And it's cool looking now. It really is. So we're going to share this out, and everybody can get in on the drawing. There you go.
Betty, look at that.
Heck yeah, man. In the meantime, I guess we could play the Merry Christmas song.
Why don't we do that while we're waiting?
I don't think I can share 2 screens at once, can I?
Actually, Tim Molina just entered in Tall Betty. No collection at the end. Looks like Betty's sitting this one out. Good for you. Well, yeah, she did. This is courtesy of Betty Jean Cross, 2 Crosses Fishing. Thank you, Betty.
And Betty catches a lot of panfish, a lot of crappie, a lot of giant bluegill. So, and she wanted to do this, so now we're doing it.
There's a Richard Conyers in chat. What's going on, Richard? How you doing? Joe Buck's getting in on it. Dan Thompson.
A lot of people.
Well, they're all entering. I do want to thank Freddie again for the cool hat.
Yep,
Contact
me too. I got one of them. I wore it Monday night. I really like it. It's a great hat.
all the hats that are gifted me, Lyle. I usually do like you do and put them up into a 1 gallon Ziploc bag and hold on to them.
That
I'll wear them from time to time, but I like to keep the gifts looking pretty good if I can.
yep, I have one that has been in a Ziploc baggie for since the 1990s. So early 2000s. A friend of mine died, bought two of them, give me one, kept one. His when he died, his got buried with him, and mine's been in the Ziploc bag ever since. I took it out for a few years after he passed away and wore it during the Daytona 500 every year, and then I quit doing that and hadn't been out. I bet it's been 30 years, 25, 30, 25 years since it's been out of the bag. But Steve was a heck of a friend, and that's kind of the way it goes.
That's the way it goes.
21 entries. That's it. Wow.
Come on, people, enter it in there. Either you're entering it wrong or
Now they're still entering.
Chad says Betty is
That ain't going to get
so
you in
tall.
it, Chad. Betty is a so tall.
Tim Molina got in on it. Yeah, Freddie says he was up in Maine ice fishing where there's a station up there. I'd love to ice fish up in Maine.
Why? What's the difference?
A lot of it's just beautiful. It's like total wilderness up there. It's mostly
Oh, I
trout
thought maybe the fish was different.
No, it's mostly trout fishing up there. If I want to get on some really big like lake trout and stuff, I'd have to go way north, like way north. But I'm not going into Canada, not with all the stuff that's going on now.
Yeah. I think that's stopped a lot of people from going up to Lockport this year.
Hey, there's Miss LG Bass. Michelle, how you doing? It's all mine. She has a new video I got to check out. She has a cooking stuff on her channel. It's all mine.
Cool. Yeah, I'd like to see that link.
She sent me a really cool email last week. It was nice to read. It's always good to get email from people who I've met through the Catfish family. There's Big Bill's Veterans Catfishing. What's going on, Big Bill?
Thank you, SK. Well, I understand that. You got plenty of jigs, I'm quite sure.
I got about 10 of these. I can't wait to try these things. My favorite color, silver. Sparkly, too. Thank you, SK, for the giveaway.
It's all over mine. Welcome to the chat. You almost missed us, but if you hurry, you can get in on the drawing.
She's in. That's LG's. It's
Oh,
LG
okay.
Bass's wife.
Okay.
Buck Tillman, what's going on, Buck? He got in. Less people that enter, the better your chances are.
That's
people.
exactly right. And we got, there's, let me check here and see. There was 46 a minute ago in chat because we run a little long. But those guys, you got to be a subscriber to be able to enter. You can't get in chat unless you subscribe. So it's pretty cut and dry. But just give it about 15 seconds. What do you say, Mark? And we'll
Sounds
call
good to me.
All right.
Sounds good to me, bud. I love to see people win stuff.
I do too. It's a lot of fun. I can't believe James Dockery Fishing was not in our chat tonight.
Oh, he was.
There's Danimal's Creation and Adventures. Welcome, Dan.
What's going on, Dan? How you doing, bud?
All right. What do you say we give her a spinaroo? I guess it'd be a drawaroo.
Oh, Chad.
Here we go. And the winner is Texas Tiger.
TX Tiger. How you doing, I don't know if that's for Texas. I think it's just TX Tiger.
It might be. Either way, he can contact me after the show and give me a shipping address, and I'll get that stuff shipped out to him. And Betty Jean, thank you so much for doing that. It was
Betty.
a great gesture, and I know that they'll enjoy those. And Texas got some great big bluegill and crappie. So the guy will be set for a little while about catching some, and he'll have a good time. What else we got for closing tonight, Mark?
That's it. Just announce what's going on next week. It looks like you got who do you have on Monday? You got Frank over at Right.
Twisted Fishing TV. Yep.
On Catfish Weekly. I got Luke Henges on Monday afterwards. Chad's going to do his show on Thursday. We'll talk about something. Maybe we can do something with him. Hopefully,
Okay.
he'll let us come on again this year after we kind of took
I'm
over.
not sure he'll let me come on again.
Maybe I'll make an offer he can't refuse. We'll talk
I'll,
later.
I'll promise to behave.
And all the other shows that are going on, there's so many of them, it's hard to keep up with them. This stand on Friday, obviously,
Yep.
stand day on Sunday, and so on. So keep your eye out for all the good people contacting or posting stuff from CatCon and that. So
Absolutely. And make sure that you keep Kevin and his whole family in your thoughts and prayers.
absolutely.
And anyone else, and Paul Smith. Paul is fighting some issues right now, and keep her in your thoughts and prayers. She's got some stuff going on. I don't want to get into it, but there's a lot of people that's hurting right now. So any of them that you could think of, just mention it, think about it, talk to the big guy or something, and it all works out. What goes around comes around. I'm so thankful for all thoughts and prayers for my brother. He went home 2 days ago, been in the hospital almost 5 weeks, so I know that it works. So with that being said, if you don't have anything else, Mark, I'm going to close her out for tonight.
I'm good. Everybody have a great weekend. Enjoy. Get out there and fish. Make life good. Go fishing.
Absolutely. See you next week.
All right. Bye-bye.